forcing divorces to be more contentious than they would otherwise have to be.
1, 2, 3.
Hey guys,
Not
what's
contentious.
going
What
on?
I'm saying is that they need to provide a reason.
Why? What consideration
Because-
do you or the courts have in a contract between? Between two parties?
Because in any other judicial system, there has to be evidence. There has to be proof.
No, because it's not. It's not a
Welcome
criminal
to
charge.
the
It's a contract
100K
dispute.
SUB-A-THON
It's
for
like divorce is actually
iFi
a
channel.
liquidation. There are two
If we
parties
can
to
reach
contract.
100,000
The court is asked
subs,
to liquidate the assets. That's what that is.
I might even be willing
Yeah,
to
but again, like the
guest
question
appear
I'm
on
posing
some
is
of
why,
these
why should you have the
shitty
option to say there's no
D-tier
reason?
grifter YouTube channels.
Because you're
sure
the
to
two
like and
people involved in
subscribe.
the contract.
Share the
Nobody
video.
else has any interest in this
Leave a
contract.
comment.
Nobody else is party to it.
False.
Why on earth would anybody else be able to say they should not be able to have the contract as they made it?
Because there's more than 2 parties involved in the contract.
No, there's not. And if you say God, I'm gonna shit on your face.
It was God all along.
No, I
Plot
definitely
twist.
knew it.
So,
Look.
like for example, like green card marriages, like that's defrauding the state. But if you say there's no reason,
Oh, green card marriage?
green card,
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
Also, if there's no third party flow, then your state can't get involved either. So it's
No,
just your
you don't
feelings
understand.
versus my
The
feelings.
state cannot get involved in a divorce unless they're invited into officiate it.
Then they can't get involved with the marriage either.
What the fuck do you mean? I don't care. Leave them out of the marriage. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Because you said there's only 2 parties. So if the state is
There
one
are
of the
two parties. Yes, there are 2 parties. The contract is between 2 parties. The court is never a party to the contract. What it is it's asked to meet or to officiate over the liquidation of the assets within the marriage.
Okay, so if there's only 2 parties involved, what happens when one party defaults? Who gets to decide punishment?
It's not a punishment situation. It's like
Of course
it's like,
it is. We have
No,
rules.
it's not.
We-
This is what's wrong with you people.
We
no,
live
it's
in
not
a
punishment
society,
situation at all.
Flo.
It's a dissolution.
What do you
of
mean,
a
you people?
partnership. You can.
So
you
there
can
should be
post-
no laws
You're
and no
fine. If we started a
retribution.
channel together, and then I realized immediately that I can't stand you,
I
we
want a
could
divorce.
liquidate the YouTube channel, right? We could dissolve the company we had created together, and it's not. There's no punishment necessary.
And if you were sleeping around on me, I should get all the money. Them's the
No, you would be
breaks.
sleeping around on me because I would pimp that ass out.
By the way, Teriyaki, since you didn't answer my comment, is there any other reason to get divorced other than adultery?
Yeah,
Yes,
no, I gave
literally
the
whatever
reasons at the
fuck
start.
you want.
I didn't ask you, stupid ass Teriyaki.
So there was adultery, cruelty or domestic violence, abandonment or desertion, imprisonment, substance abuse.
Okay, so what if
mental
I were to
illness.
tell you that the only valid reason for divorce is adultery? What would you say to that?
Okay, so like, what if they defraud you?
Did I stutter? The only valid reason for divorce.
Nobody else on
adultery.
the panel lives in your goddamn weird paradigm.
Teriyaki might. Teriyaki, are you a religious man?
I'm agnostic. Although I do theology show
Welcome
and
to
stuff
the
like
club.
that.
Pound it.
I thought you were like one of those leaning towards a certain group.
Look, Teriyaki's coming along
He's
nicely.
been
You're lost
arguing on
cause.
secular levels all night, so he hasn't thrown any.
Oh, okay.
I threw the religion in earlier, but he's been arguing on. A
Oh, I'm
secular
trying to drag him
standpoint.
into a religious debate.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
This is not a
She's
religious.
just an
This is not a
entertainer.
religious discussion. Marriage has 2 components: the religious and the.
Well,
and
then
the
what meaning
secular.
does marriage have, Flo?
Okay, my God. There are
Oh
2
my God,
separate
not your
words.
God.
It's the same word, but it has 2 separate things. The legal component applies to everybody who's married. The religious component applies to people who want it to apply to them. But your religion doesn't apply to my fucking marriage.
Does your state apply to my marriage?
I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
You're
If they-
within
I-
that
I would be
state.
fine with them not applying.
So
But,
then it's
yeah.
just up to every couple to define marriage as they please.
Sure, if they want to do that, I don't give a fuck.
Dude, how
I'm not
retarded
married
are
to
you?
them.
Then why have a society standard called marriage? Why don't you just call it dating?
I don't care what you call it. You can literally call it a double bacon cheeseburger.
Because
I'm fine
words
with
have meaning, Flo. If you're just dating,
Yours
that's
don't.
not the foundation in which to build a family upon.
it. Grid one, will you tell this motherfucker to shut up?
No, Grid One's got some. Are you religious, Grid One?
I did put a goal in the chat.
I generically don't argue from religious standpoints.
Are
because-
you religious?
I also have a goal in the chat as well. Thanks for reminding me. Remember, guys, 100K subs, and I will agree to guest appear on some of these shitty D-tier grifter YouTube channels. So every sub counts. Tell your friends.
Religious was my question.
But do you hate I-Fi too? Yes, he does.
I mean,
I
don't know how to
That's
answer.
loud.
Flo, I put a goal in the chat, $100 to boot I-5 for the night, and he's gone.
Are you religious?
And Flo, if you sub to my channel, you can contribute to the 100K goal, and I will finally roast these grifting whores for you since you're incapable of doing it. But remember, tell all your friends to sub.
Just was my question, Grid One.
Yeah, I'm
Yes or
religious.
no?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Grid One and I can actually define marriage and argue it,
No,
but the
Grid
rest
One
of you
just
heathens
I admitted
cannot.
through his long ass, loud ass silence that he can't stand you either.
It
Hold
doesn't
on,
matter.
let me
He'll still
say
agree
that.
with me, though. Grid One, would you agree that God defines marriage?
If you're religious, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm one of those that don't understand why,
He's just an entertainer.
you know, I don't understand why you would get married if you're not religious.
That's what I just asked Flo that, but he ran away because he's scared.
No,
so
he's
he
getting
won't
his
answer.
sunglasses. It's a thing.
No, he rage quit. As soon as I come
Nah,
on
he didn't
panel,
rage.
he always rage
Well,
quits.
first of all, I don't think Flo would rage quit about that. I mean, I've
Dude's
said a
kinda
lot
slow.
of
Dude, I know.
mean things to Flo, and he hasn't rage quit. So I'm gonna go with he's.
Let
he's
me
pretty
pose the
good.
question to you that
He's
asked
durable.
Teriyaki.
Ghosty
since he's not
responded, and
religious.
she said, "It's none of your business." That's
It's
the
all
problem.
my business, Ghosty. Get your ass
Not
up out
you.
here.
She's talking to Grid, dumbass.
I know, but
Really?
I'm dragging her on panel.
What's not my business?
It's all of our business.
Why two people would choose to get married without religious beliefs?
It is.
Yeah,
certainly
I don't
my
understand
business.
why, but that doesn't mean I care. Not understanding. Why do people infer things?
Entertaining hard business.
Oh man.
If-
Well,
j-
actually, I
look.
had a thought process to you, Teriak, because you were asking why not just go for fault, and I was thinking about that while I was tinkling. I was thinking about you.
Well, that's
but
weird.
Weird.
so shut the fuck up. So I was
Kinda hot,
thinking that shut up, Wi-Fi. Just because.
I see
My
your
s-
sunglasses and I raise you.
Oh Jesus!
Well,
Just
the
Now I gotta go to the
because.
garage and get mine. Damn it.
Just
That was the
because-
goal the whole time because you made me walk outside in the cold.
Alright, I'm putting the boyfriends
I'm not
next to
doing
each. Just because my spouse broke their vows doesn't mean I'm going to as well. And how I say that is just because he did damage or
If I'd
hurt
known you, then
me
you would have.
or just because he did shitty things to me doesn't mean that I didn't break my vows, right? Like that's how I look at it. I'm going to still love them as a person, care, all of those things, but I cannot go forward in that marriage knowing that he does not uphold his vows because he has broken that vow. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to uphold mine. And that's from like the religious piece of it. If I could throw that in there.
Yeah, but there's a difference between being nice and then being kind. Being kind is holding them accountable for their actions.
No, it's not. That's being arrogant and hubristic. Like, how much hubris does it take for you, little Teriak, who's never been married, to think that you have the solution for other people's marriages?
It's Lil Yak, okay? Lil Yak, that's my
Well,
rapper
yeah,
name is
my bad,
Lil
Lil
Yak.
Yak.
It's teriyaki.
No, it's
Also,
not.
what was the
why are
question
you
again?
arguing fault as from an agnostic point of view? I'm so confused.
Because
I know,
I do
your
what I want,
religion's
I
weird.
And the religious
I'm
girl
telling
is
you.
arguing for no fault. I'm so
telling
confused.
you,
Is
I'm
this
telling
Bizarro
you,
world?
fault will
Literally.
do more damage, especially if it's a man. It will do more damage to him than going for no fault.
That's
I
the
promise you.
point.
But if he's at fault, he should be held accountable.
That's the
No,
point,
you guys-
Sarah.
why are
Why
you-
is Teriyaki
what-
the agnostic explaining this
No,
to
why
you?
does teriyaki?
He's
What does
not
the garage
agnostic.
teriyaki has with somebody that he wants to
What
hold
he said.
accountable? Nobody hurts you, and that you need to hold them accountable.
No, it sounds like his daddy.
Your
got up
parents are
and
divorced,
left.
aren't you? Aren't they?
Yeah, it
It was
sounds
their-
like
it was their-
daddy.
because of
Daddy
you two,
did
wasn't it?
mommy wrong, or
Yeah.
mommy did daddy wrong, and he
No,
still is
Terry.
holding
They got
that.
divorced 'cause
Thanks for reminding me to take a break to remember those that have been traumatized by someone who has abused them in their lives. And so let's take a moment to reflect on those people.
What would you do if there was a child right in front of you, sitting all alone, crying in pain from hunger, near death from sickness? And what if all you had to do was reach into your pocket and pull out 50 cents to save that child's life? This is that child. And this is that moment.
You cried like a bitch because somebody backstage you.
I
How
was
do you know that was an
explaining to you
accident?
the narrative tool when you
Yeah,
when
and then
God
also,
is your subordinate.
but the Raging Tomato can backstage you all she wants. Tell you to shut the fuck up all she wants, dude. That's fucking bitch moves, dude.
She
Like,
never
why-
backstages
Why do
me
you
or
give
tells me to
double?
shut
Why
the
do you
fuck
give
up.
double standard? Yeah, she does. What the fuck are you talking? The Raging Tomato never told you to shut the fuck, dude. You're
I
just a liar,
have
dude.
told her on
Dude,
her
you're
own
just
panel,
a liar, bro. Bro, you're a liar. You're a
On
liar.
her own panel, I told
You're
her,
a fucking
"Shut
liar,
up, bitch,
bro.
make me a
Bro, you just
sandwich."
lied. No, you just lied.
And I will often tell her, "Daddy's talking. Shut
No,
up."
no. You simp for the Raging Tomato,
Okay,
but
okay,
you
go
can't
ahead.
take a little critiques here. You know,
Go
it's
ahead
fucked
and
up.
play
Whoever
the
says
Raging
daddy is
Tomato
pretty
video.
fucking
Come on,
gay,
dude.
though.
Come on, dude. You simp for the fucking Raging Tomato, dude. You're low level
Go ahead,
cretin,
go ahead,
dude.
play the video. Show
Low
me the
level
video
cretin, bro.
Where she backstaged me and silenced me. Go
No,
ahead.
I don't have to do that. I watched you simp for the Raging Tomato day in and day out. What do you mean? Why would I have to play?
occasionally give
Why
her
would
a
I have to play a
nod.
video to prove it?
Yeah, I occasionally give her a nod because she's one of the few people I
No,
can't stand on YouTube.
No, you shouted her out on Jay Dyer, dude. You're a
Exactly.
simping.
That's what
You're a
I'm saying.
simping lunatic. You're a
Yo,
simping lunatic.
I'm not gonna let
it's
Jay
great.
It's
take
low
any of
level.
that credit.
It's low level behavior, dude. You're simping for Raging Tomato on Jay Dyer, dude. Like this is the level we're on,
you
bro.
think I'm gonna give
This is the level
credit to
we're on.
Jay Dyer?
We're on
You
like
think I'm gonna give
commercial,
him
like
clout?
we're on like commercial, like gay level tactics, dude.
Yeah, I know.
like
so,
gay level
so we
shit.
should draw more
Like
attention to Jay
commercial,
Dyer's channel,
like
TML.
commercial shit, bro.
Should
Bro,
we
you're
support more
commercialism.
Ortho Bros?
You're
TML?
commercialism,
Gay
bro.
ups are high.
Bro, you're
Ortho
commercialism, bro. You're
So
commercialism.
Chef, so I'm going to use this doll to ask you kids a few questions. Did Chef ever touch any of you here?
Now, Machine Lies, this video is for you. This is a therapy tool we use to figure out where Sarah the Raging Tomato touched you, and if you can point to it for us, we can better understand the trauma she caused you. Help us out here.
No. Okay, did he touch you here?
No.
Did he ever do this? How about this?
My Uncle Bud did that to me once.
Did Chef ever try one of these on for size?
God damn it, Chef isn't like that. Something funny is going on here.
Young man, will you please pay attention? This is very important stuff. Oh. Ooh.
So again, this is the point of the 100K SUB-A-THON. We're trying to take a collection for these poor souls that have been traumatized by the Raging Tomato and her grifting channel. And so you too can help by subbing to the iFi channel. And if we get 100K subs, I'll be able to properly address all of the children that were traumatized and spurg out on every panel they're on and are emotionally damaged. So reach inside your heart there and hit that subscribe button. back to the main show.
Teriyaki.
It's all your fault.
It wasn't
Teriyaki.
your fault,
parents
Dylan.
didn't tell you.
So
my parents are still happily married.
Yeah.
They hate each other.
Eat it.
They hate each other. Your dad's out flying his secretaries out to Vegas every weekend. Your mama's banging the pool boy.
blown out and blown out. Is that what we're
Yeah,
saying?
they're
I wish I had a
happy- They're
pool.
happily married, doing other things.
You wish he had a
There-
pool.
You mean other people?
It rains like 250 days out of the 365 of the year in Ireland. A pool in Ireland is like having a chocolate flavored ashtray. You know what I'm saying? It's completely useless. Or a cock flavored lolly. It's
got an
completely
indoor
useless.
pool.
It's
Yeah.
more snuggle Netflix and chill weather up there, I think.
Yeah, exactly. See,
Whatever.
Flo knows.
Flo knows. Oh,
So
whatever.
grid one, can you translate for me? Why is the agnostic arguing for fault divorce and the
Hey, he's
religious
not
person?
agnostic.
He said
He's
he
just-
was.
he's
Are
confused.
you
No, no.
lying, Teriyaki?
No, 100%. Like I said, I the only thing I know is to say I don't know.
That's interesting.
I thought you said you're agnostic. Are you lying or not?
You are
yes or no?
so annoying, IFI.
I gotta know who I'm arguing against.
Why
'cause
don't
I'm
you
confused as
do
fuck.
this shit on your channel?
You need to
Okay,
petition.
come on.
That's a good point, Flo. I think I will start doing more stuff on my channel from now on. I've been giving too much clout and clicks and viewers to people that really don't deserve it. So I'm in the process of fixing that. So thanks for reminding me, Flo. You're the best.
Over to my channel.
You need
So,
to petition to the chat.
I
Flo.
really dislike arguing this from a religious standpoint because people simply may not be
Entertainers
religious.
ain't
I
easy.
much prefer my simple position on no fault divorce is if there's no fault, then then everybody just leaves with what they came in with, right? There's no you don't get a paycheck every week from the dude or the woman if the roles are reversed or whatever, because no fault means no paycheck.
But there are moral
The assets was
implications to
If that were the
divorce.
paradigm and you got divorced, that might be an issue.
Morality. Once you look, if you're looking at a divorce, morality is left the channel, bro.
Correct.
Well,
For the participants. For the
To be honest
participants.
with you, like
If
But-
you're d- if
He
you're
says
doing
to
no
the
fault
panel of
divorce,
two
then you're
divorced people.
guaranteed to be immoral. So that's why we
No,
have fault.
here's
right,
the
yeah. So
paradigm.
why are you bringing up morality in an immoral?
Because
act?
that's the only context in which marriage
Because some
matters.
humans care about that shit, retard.
But the reason
Oh, but
why
then if
you
it
can't
is
just use
religious,
religious-
Volume way down.
if it is religious, then you should be seeking guidance from your church,
Exactly.
and starting
that.
there. But you still have the legal factor
Ruh-roh.
available to you. Have to go through the legal factor because if you get married legally, then you have to divorce legally. But I think if you're banking on the religious aspect, you need to follow those steps first. And that's a good, like I had conversations with my priest and all those things and yada yada yada.
And I hear a lot of religious people trying to use the state as a scapegoat. They're like, well, my church doesn't approve of the divorce, but my government does, so I'll just take the government side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it up with them. I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
That's my point, Grid One.
I guess I don't care. I mean, look, if you're not
Yeah,
right
who
with
cares
God,
about
you're the one
religion,
going to
bruh?
hell, not me.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
why
Right,
does
but
God,
if you
God
could-
doesn't need IFI to take shit up for him. He's God.
But if your spouse divorces you and says the state approved it, who are you to object?
Yeah, guess what? If your wife wants to leave you, she should be able to leave your fucking ass.
Is that
So-
how marriage works, Grid One?
Well, to
How
some
mine did.
degree, I mean, look, I've been married 19 years now, and there have been times early on, not so much the last 10 years or so, but early on, there were some times where it was like, hey, why are we doing this? And it wasn't, for me, religion played a part in it, but mostly it was just, working shit out and being humans and adults about things. I think that, and again, I really dislike arguing this from a religious aspect because most people are, religion goes out the window when they get pissed off and angry and they feel betrayed and all of that. It shouldn't. I'm not saying that's an ought. I'm not saying that it ought to be that way. I'm just telling you that it is in fact that way. And so therefore I cannot, again, I'm just not going, I'm not willing to base my argument on religion for why there should not be
Yeah, you
no
made
fault
that pretty
divorce.
clear.
I like the way my state does it, which is uncontested, which means that if you both agree to get divorced, it's uncontested. Nobody gets awarded anything.
The state's
They
always better
separate
than
the
religion
assets,
anyway. You make a good point.
and that's it. You walk away with what you came in with, or you know, what you've accrued, and you're done. And I like that a lot better. Where it gets messy to me, and where I feel like that it's a real problem, is when we have when we definitely have at fault, or there's claims of at fault divorce, where in reality there probably isn't anything there that's provable in a court of law. It's just all hyperbole and nonsense. And I've actually seen a couple of guys go through that, where they were, you know, women. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm sure that, you know, as adults, you've never seen this before, but women lie. Men lie.
No.
But women lie a lot. And women will lie about men in a heartbeat. And I've watched it happen over and over again. And I'm telling you, you know, sometimes it's easier just to do the uncontested, you walk away, I walk away. But to be honest with you, I don't see where this helps women at all. I think women want at fault divorce. They need it because that's how they get their payday. And so I actually don't understand why any female would argue for no fault divorce.
I don't understand why everybody seems to think that there's a punitive component to the court's involvement here and that somebody needs to be punished. There's a contract.
Why do
between two
people
parties.
think that
they now want
countries
to
have
dissolve the
laws?
contract and asking
This
the
is
court
crazy.
to oversee the liquidation of the marital assets?
I agree with you.
Nothing to do with punishment.
If it were that simple, I would agree. And I agree with you.
It is that simple. That is literally the simple. That's what they're doing.
Maybe for you it was that simple, but I've watched
No,
people.
my
that
shit
are
was
very
my shit was hostile.
You gotta draw a picture with
Yes.
crayons, grid one. Slow state's
she stabbed
hard
you?
to keep up
Did,
with.
did she stab you? You can be honest. You're amongst.
Probably. How many times did she stab you? Actually, Screaming Beagle coming
You
in with a
think
big
that I'm
$2.
able to get stabbed or shot?
Clapping for the sunglasses. Super excited. Fabio Lorenz. Sarah looks so good in glasses. All right, that's a total of what is that? $7 towards iFi's boot.
Yeah, thanks for contributing to my boot. That'll give us a good time to pause for today's sponsor, which is Zoomers that don't understand how memes work. Take it away.
I set a goal out there, $100, and we boot iFi for the night.
Woo!
Again, 100K subs, and I will think about wasting my time with D-tier grifting hooers. So we'll see if we can pull it off, kids. I believe in y'all. Let's do this.
Since Flo has such a problem
So-
with him.
The Salty Siren, you cannot you cannot consider child support a payday in most states. in some states where there's very little oversight about how that money is spent and how much of it's actually used, then yeah, sure, maybe
There
it's
should be
used.
there's oversight is unnecessary on that.
I don't know. I mean,
you can look at a household and you can do the math and you can say this is what it should cost. To have a
yeah,
kid,
I don't
and
know.
then-
I don't want to get involved in that. I don't, to be honest with you, I think kids should be taken care of, and whatever, you should be adult enough to work that out. Unfortunately, humans are not. And so we have to have things that you are going to say are stupid, Flo. I agree with you. They're stupid, but unfortunately they're required.
No oversight.
I don't think
more
you
oversight.
should start with oversight. I think oversight should only be brought to the table if and only if the child
You
is
can prove
showing up
something.
with right, and they're hungry, they are not eating, there's no school supplies, they're not being tended to. You
Sure.
know, then I can totally say,
But
all
that
right,
would
well,
still
then
be oversight, right?
bring some
That's still-
oversight and make
Well-
them prove that they are taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
But I don't think that should be the default, the starting point, or you'd have to really, really have some hard
I-
stuff to be able to bring that.
I see no way in which babysitting people, to like parents watching allowance, to make sure that child support is only getting spent in these like that's a bureaucratic nightmare and it serves no benefit.
But again, even in the
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Wrongful rage coming up with the big five. Why is there so many blind people arguing? Wait, sunglasses. Good to
Our
see
future
you
is so
all.
bright.
Grid one, Flow State, I-Fi. Welcome. Thank you. And that's another 5 towards I-Fi's boot. We're up to, I don't know, 7 plus 5. Okay.
Thanks for reminding me again. So we're up to 69 subs here for the 100K goal. If we can get 100K subs for this channel, I will totally guest appear on any shitty D-tier grifter YouTube channel that you guys want me to appear on and just roast the shit out of them. So it's up to you guys. You know, you gotta do the hard work here. You gotta sub and like and subscribe and share and comment and hit all the bells and buttons, and we can do this together. Come on, I believe in you guys.
Yeah.
Big Jake's Ranch says children of divorce are scary.
Yeah, I mean, not that my experience is anything to go by, but my mom divorced my dad when I was like 2.
Did you internalize that blame? You probably should have.
I blame
So
Flo
you
for that one.
basically, you grew up just knowing mommy and daddy didn't live together.
No, I grew up with a stepdad that I assumed was my dad until I was about 8 or 9.
Oh.
Surprise!
Yeah, it was. It was kind of like, weird. Okay, it works out. I figured that out though. I mean, like that makes sense. But yeah, my real father never paid a dime that he owed, and there was no court system that made that happen. So I don't have a really good point of view on this, right? Like I don't have a prejudice one way or the other. I just know my personal experience was, whatever.
I got custody of my daughter when she was 2, and I've received, I think I received $300 of child support in her lifetime when my ex-wife got her PPP loan.
Yeah, I wouldn't call child support a payday. Child support,
No, I
the
wouldn't either.
intentions behind it are made to balance the lifestyles of what the child is used to between the homes, and this is what prevents daddy or like mommy living in a mansion and daddy living in a single bedroom apartment, eating ramen, and mommy's got gourmet meals. The child support is meant to balance the homes and create a place in which it's not better to go to one or the other. It's balanced between the two, and to ensure that there's delivery upon. It's again, everything boils down to best interest of the children, and anybody that goes against that grain, I think, is a fucking asshole.
I really feel like that this is such an individual and per case sort of deal that I have a hard time arguing a lot of these points, because you can always bring up cases for both arguments, right? That like you can just say, well, go look at Taylor the Fiend, right? And just watch like 10 of his videos in a row, and you'll be like just completely sick at your stomach. But
You're talking about a different Taylor who was a fiend. Okay.
Not your
that
drug
Taylor's
dealer.
also pretty
Not your drug dealer, Flo. Sorry.
No, his name is
You
Taylor.
know my first name is Taylor.
Is it really?
He is the drug dealer. Plot twist.
I did not know that. It fits, though. It doesn't. It fits, but it doesn't fit. Maybe if you shaved.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I just view Taylor as such a girl's name, so I can't call him Taylor because
Wait,
I
Flow
feel
State's
like
a dude?
Surprise!
Passing pretty good, aren't I just turned it into a challenge. Taylor's became targets. And now that Taylor Swift lives in my city.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in Kansas City, too.
Oh, that's terrible.
Hey, Tay.
So, Grid 1, in the context of a secular standard, there is no debate. It's just all like money and feelings at that point. There's really
It's
no
a contract, right? I mean, it's
a contract.
It's a contract that you sign away, and
so it's a business
If
negotiation.
you listen to the red pill argument, it's a contract that rewards the other person for breaking it.
Yeah.
So it's like a corporation
I
or
think that
something.
if that's the truth, you've kind of fucked up in life, and you deserve what you get. That's just my opinion. It's my opinion.
But that's why we talked about like having the ending worked out beforehand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
prenup?
like surely if you can't even broach that conversation as a topic, you shouldn't be getting married. Any relationships that can broach that topic and talk to that topic is a stronger
This
relationship.
is where you get into like my marriage is a covenant before God, and so I wouldn't break that with very lightly, right? But for a secular person or for someone who's lukewarm, it's a contract. I can't dictate to someone what their marriage is to them. I
But
can
now-
only simply observe what it is.
Yeah, we
But
can.
that's-
It's
that's
called
Some
the
religions,
rule of law.
though, still recognize like adultery is not okay in the Catholic Church. I was granted permission. Go forth, do what you got to do, honey. So even if that, and that would be who I would appeal to for fault or no fault.
Now
because
she's a
that
fan
was
of
where the vow was
religious
granted.
argument.
That's where the blessing came from. That's where the marriage was. That's where it happened. So. The state stuff, that's just a whole side circus of just, okay, now the church is okay with this. Now we're going to go through the state and figure the rest of that out.
So then, Grid 1, in the case where one person is a religious person and the other person's a secular person, which one gets to decide the terms of the marriage?
Why would you marry a secular person?
Because it happens all the time,
Well,
every
the
day.
answer is actually quite simple. When you stop trying to use word stupidity to make two separate things one thing. Obviously, since they're both married in the secular system, either one of them can go to the secular system.
Yeah.
The one that's religious can deal with
true.
their own religious nonsense with their priest, like Sarah did.
Yeah.
My non-religious marriage defaulted to the religious authority, so put that in your pipe
I
and
understand that you
smoke
want
it.
as many layers
There's
between
faulty
that
sirens on
woman
fire,
and her
I gotta be
ability to
honest.
leave you as possible. I would too. It makes sense, but it's fascinating.
Did you just say that you would divorce I-Fi?
No, if I were
Take me
I-Fi, I would
back.
want my wife to not be allowed to leave me either.
Oh, I got you.
No, certainly.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just the way that hit was weird.
Strong hit.
Yeah, you like the hit? Back or front?
I made it PG-13 rated, and Sarah's.
I went for the
Yeah,
kill.
right. Like the men are being the good ones tonight. Sarah's got to keep taking it to the
She's
gut.
dirty.
Would that comment be grounds for? She pretended like she wanted to spit in Grid 1's mouth from up there.
Oh, that's just freaking gross.
Yeah, it is. No. Oh, there you go. Okay, go off camera. Okay.
Now you're thinking about it, aren't you?
No.
What are you
Do we have
drinking?
a
What do your
choice?
spit taste like tonight?
He's got a Coca-Cola.
Nice. You all right, Grid?
Somebody please
I'm good.
donate to get
All right.
I-Fi off the panel.
No, I'm good.
I guess Ghosty isn't coming because she was the only one angry about this topic, but I think we mostly
might.
agree here.
Well, I
Right.
think she's trying to play chess. She's burning up all the
Yeah.
mental energy.
I still thought teriyaki was religious. Are you trolling me, dude? Be honest.
No, like genuinely, like if you've been following Theology Thursdays, like I came out like a couple of months ago saying that like, listen,
You should use it,
I'm
find a
not, I
different
don't
phrase
have
for
proof
what you
for, I
did.
don't have proof against.
Oh,
I literally,
okay.
I don't know.
Have you ever like got one foot into religion, or are you just like a full atheist?
I fight. Will you let people have their own journey?
I want to know where to take this discussion, because he
Look,
actually
we
has
started
really
talking
good
about spit, and now Ghosty's on her way.
There
She's
you go. See, now we got her excited.
See, look,
coming.
she's not on her way. She's coming. She might not join the panel.
Sorry, I had to take it there.
Because
Alright.
Teriyaki, you made very good religious arguments, which was confusing me all to hell. I had no idea what you were arguing for then, because if you're coming through the agnostic view, that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because you
Well,
didn't
no, 'cause
get married under like a.
Because in
matrimony,
purely
okay?
legal terms, it really
you
shouldn't
just-
even be
you
a
just
crime.
You just started a
It's
business.
not a
with
crime,
your-
you dumbass.
It's one of those like no harm things that the NAP people would be like, "What's the problem, bro?"
But if you're coming at it from a secularist point of view, you're basically starting a business with your spouse. That's what
Right,
you're
and
you're
people
becoming an entity. What
break
I'm
up
saying-
businesses all the time.
That's what I'm saying. And so in that case, if there's no religious aspect or no,
Exactly.
then no fault is actually, because you can break up a business on no fault terms.
Because Teriyaki
You
was
can dissolve a
including the shame element to it, which I agree. That's the whole point.
I never said shame. I never.
You
you're
were
you're trying to put
arguing
words
for
in my
it,
mouth. Trying to put
whether or
words
not
in my
you
mouth.
I'll
knew
play
it,
the video
you were
for you later,
arguing for it.
retard. You were arguing
like,
shame.
like for any judicial system,
There's
there's
that
going to
$20
be
more.
fault.
Where are we at with the
And
I5 fund?
it's not as simple as just saying it's a business, because then that erodes what like marriage is. The actual.
We're almost
it
there,
is-
Flo.
But
Be
according
patient.
to
Which
the
is-
state, that you become an entity. That's the concept of
the
getting
legal
married in
contract,
this-
right?
Yeah, but
There's-
it's so much
yeah.
more than just an entity.
The court
Yeah.
doesn't
Family
tell
getting
you how to
built.
value
According
your
to
marriage.
the
I'm not
state-
sure it'd do you any good, Teriak, but Jim Bob's got a stream going called Arguments Against Atheism, so you might want to go get some.
Yeah, no, Jim Bob's he's taking me under his wing a bit. You know what I'm saying? He clapped me up in one of the debates we had.
Oh shit,
So
Teriyaki's
you-
following
you
Jim
did
Bob.
better
Better
than-
than-
It's nice
you did
knowing you,
better than
dude. Rip.
Social games would I probably led you to realize.
Shut up and let me read this.
No,
Wrongful
I can't
rage.
fucking do it now.
Wrongful Rage has another sad story, so we went into the sad violin music.
God, this is a long comment.
I know, and I love it, and I'm gonna read it as slowly and
Does
as
it involve
sadly
kittens?
as
All right, go
possible.
ahead.
Wrongful Rage coming in with the big 20. Here's what I'll do. Wrongful Rage coming in with the big 20. My mom came back after 3 years of no contact and expected us to act like she was always there. It didn't go well with me or my brothers. She didn't care, too busy with the new family. My dad wanted her in our lives, though. That's incredibly sad, Wrongful Rage. I already hate your mom, and I haven't even met her. All right, back to you, boys.
So, how much did you make as a phone sex operator?
Obviously not enough. That's why I'm here.
Tree fitty.
One
I'm just saying.
That's another 20 to I-Fi's boot.
Woo!
We're getting closer. Getting closer.
Now, be honest. The reason why you're booting me is because TML ruined you. Isn't that what?
That is
happened?
correct. Whatever you want to make you go easier.
What is TML?
I don't know.
Some
I
shit
was on a panel with him earlier, and he had a meltdown about you. So apparently, you touched him in his no-no place or something.
About
I don't
me?
know. What?
Oh.
No, Sarah.
Who am I
Oh.
touching?
TML. You
appointments?
broke him. He is
Next.
broken. He is
We already
broken,
played the
man.
video. No worries, Sarah. You can
I'm
take
gonna
that
see
up
if he'll
on a
stop
separate
by
video.
and share with us why he hates you so much. It should be hilarious.
He probably doesn't hate me. He's been on this panel before.
Go back and watch the
Typical
last panel
oblivious
I was
Sarah.
on and see if you still feel that way.
I don't watch anything you send me.
Yeah, nobody ever does
Okay.
that.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm not going to send you any more
You're right.
things.
It was just him talking about you. That's right.
Why are you
I
such an
I
insidious little bitch?
especially don't care if people are talking about me.
Sarah,
Trib one, what I did was
if you're okay
talk.
after the
High
other
five,
day.
great stuff.
You
Let him
were- I
finish.
meant to ask you.
Let
you
him
know,
finish.
You were on the stream the other day. You were upset. You had a bad day, or did everything end up working out the way you wanted it to, or close
No,
enough?
not at all. And now I have to go back and do some more to get it to work.
Why didn't you do better the first time?
Because legal terms could
Yeah,
not
that's what.
make things happen.
No,
and that-
because your dumbass was ignoring part of reality in favor of La La Land. Allegedly.
Well, either way,
Allegedly.
it wasn't. Basically, somebody out there is getting away with being a piece of shit, and I don't like it. I'm very upset.
Shout out iFi.
I have to be both mom and dad
Thanks,
in
bro.
so many ways, and it just doesn't make me very happy.
Hey, as long as it brings in the money.
Shout out to Robert
That's
DeMatteo
the
with
whole
the
point.
$20. Just thanks for the stream, buddy. Thank you,
Oh,
Robert.
your other friend is here, Flo. It's everybody who flows.
I'm
Oh
leaving.
shit. I'm out. I'll give you a freebie.
A
Hey,
freebie.
Yeah.
iFi, are you going? Let's go to your channel.
Okay, let's go to my channel.
I'm here, Flo. Come on
Oh,
over.
yeah.
The water's
Party at my
fine.
house. Bring your own beer.
Said no one ever.
Yeah,
BYOB. That's the only rule.
Oh.
Oh man, you
That's
crushed
like
the
where you.
soul right
That's
there.
like where you tell them, like, yeah, we're gonna go to the next.
I mean, I
party.
thought that the joke was inherent. in
Meet
the-
us over there, and then nobody goes.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah, we're on our way, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I might come back if Ghosty gets on panel. but
Ghostie's
we'll see.
coming. She's coming. She's
All right,
coming.
I'll wait till she comes up. So. I don't want
Ghosty,
to
have
hurt
you
Flo's
come yet?
feelings.
Last way you said that was not appropriate.
I'm not.
why.
I don't think Ghosty's finished. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. So did you
Oh.
kick him?
I took his ball and went home.
Oh.
He's still connected though. I'll disconnect. No free content over here.
No, don't worry. I
So-
got the free content on the
gets-
next
I thought
round.
you were gonna say Flo. She just blew
She's,
Flo.
yeah. Okay.
Pulling a ripcord on a life.
Yeah.
route.
Right. She just gains all of this weight.
So you're saying
like,
she's
it's like
never mind.
she got lazy, got into soap operas, got into watching YouTube all day, didn't leave the couch, started eating bonbons, whatever the case may be.
By the way, if you guys
Is there
like
fault
this
there?
Ghosty character,
No,
I
it's
might
green
do
numbers,
a
no fatty
fun little
claws.
panel with her.
Yeah,
So
that could be one
be
solution.
sure to
but the
drop
other
a
solution would be
comment
that-
or
Yeah,
a
never
like
have
and
a prenup,
subscribe
so
if you want to see
so
more
much, you never
Ghosty
imagine
and Fi
ever meeting
content.
her.
That's just
Prenup should
stupid.
be
Holler.
required by all parties.
Shut up,
But do you have
I asked
antifreeze?
Carrie.
So even in that
Shut
situation,
up,
like, why
Fi-Fi.
can't, because I've known what she has been, why can't they not get her back to that state?
Do you think a judge is going to allow you to come in and say that, yeah, sure, that's a legal fault? Because the states have guidelines for what is fault and what is not fault, if they have the
Yeah, but-
variation.
Well, what I'm saying is that, like, if that was a fault, then you could pursue the avenue. But I'd even just say that's like, even we're disregarding that aspect to it. It's like, why would
So again, kids, we're going for 100K subathon here. 100K is the goal. So if we can reach 100K subscribers, I will totally think about going on some of these D tier grifter shitty channels. So it's up to you guys. You gotta drop those subs and likes and shares and drop a comment about what kind of content you want to see after we hit our 100K goal.
would divorce be necessary? Why not get her back to what she once was?
She doesn't want to. She likes
Doesn't
bonbons. She
want
doesn't give a
to.
fuck about your happiness.
Bonbons and watching the Raging Tomato all day, every day.
Yeah.
Well,
you really just say
And you
bonbons?
you say, baby, like, let's go to the gym, let's eat healthy, and she's like, nope, I don't want to.
Get your kale away from me, teriyaki. I'm watching Springer
Yeah,
right now.
They don't have
But
kale in Ireland. It's too wet.
That's part of the commitment because
No, kale is a boy's name in Ireland,
What we're
that's
basically saying is that, like, we're getting into
completely
it.
actually.
Or
For butt stuff.
and she just wakes up one morning.
I'm gonna fast forward to when someone
Literally, like, you know
useful
what?
comes on panel.
You
So
suck.
let's see,
And she's-
right about here.
Tested means if flow state, if you divorce, if you
By the way, shout out to Speak Easy. Haven't talked to him in a while. He totally killed it on this panel when he was allowed to speak, of course, because, some annoying bitches just can't shut their fucking mouth and let people talk. But other than that, he was just owning this panel so much that I didn't even feel the need to chime in. Teriyaki did an okay job, kind of starting up the appetizer, but Speakeasy totally totally owned this panel. So I might have to stop by and say hi to my old homeboy. Speak. It's been a while, but you know, I'm not really a big fan of the verbal combat, but you know, I may just swing by and say hey or whatever. So we'll see. But anyways, unfortunately, this is a 100K SUB-A-THON, so I'm not going to derail and just, you know, highlight Speakeasy or whatever. But he definitely did a great job on this particular panel. So definitely kudos to that dude. So more power to you.
You file to divorce me tomorrow, I
wouldn't do that
make
to you.
I can make a counter complaint, or I can say I contest, I don't want a divorce. Whereas uncontested means we both agree
I
that
would
we
never
want to get a
divorce you, baby.
divorce. So I can proceed forward. Right.
wow.
Shut up, Sarah.
Divorce.
Shut
That's
up, Sarah.
weird.
What about
Let
when
the
you
useful
never get
people talk.
the marriage?
No, not Flo.
Well,
Slow
Ron,
state's
you need-
retarded.
Being able
I don't know if you heard
to
It's supposed to be a lot
the part.
Business
between
The other one is a religious tradition. There's
no
business
value.
engagement between friends.
Yeah,
There are
according to
two
this
sides
panel,
of marriage.
Business
Use
together.
the same word, but we're describing two different things. One is a legal partnership domestically between people. The other one is a religious tradition. They're separate things.
Okay, so explain to me what you point to explain to me what the legal version of marriage is. What is it? It's just a contract?
It's a contract. Yeah, it's a
Yeah, well,
handshake, legal union.
that is the argument against that's the argument for no fault divorce being abolished, is because the point of marriage isn't supposed to be just a contract, right?
But I mean, it's not an argument. It's just a recognition of what is.
Wait, what?
The court.
It
I'm not
depends
really
on what
using that to make an
is
argument. I'm just stating what it
Speakeasy.
is.
You're not
People
listening
seem
to
Yeah, I
Slow
get you're
State.
saying what it is, but that's takes away from what it's supposed to be. We're talking about how it ought to be,
You got a
not
no
how it
problem.
is, right? Like we know that right now.
The
it's
word
looked
ought
at
has
as
too
a
many
legal
letters in it,
contract,
Speakeasy. You can't understand
but
what you're
We're
saying.
talking about how it ought to be, right?
So you think that the courts ought to impose people's value for them?
In a marriage, yeah, I think the courts, yeah, in a marriage.
The
Not
court has
every
no
contract,
the
right?
court
I
has
don't
no
look at-
consideration
the
in the
problem
contract.
is you
It
look
legally
at
doesn't-
marriage. You look at marriage as the same as other contracts. I don't.
It
I mean,
functionally it is the same. You're
It's just a
fully allowed to have
business,
whatever
bro.
Values or God involved in it that you want.
Is and ought. Do you understand the difference between is and ought?
Oh, the is and ought thing again. I do
Do you
understand
understand the difference?
Oh, by the way, on that poll, I'm sorry that you had to leave, dude. I really wanted to leave, but unfortunately, I forgot to click the leave button, so that was my bad. I'll catch you next time, though. Sorry.
Correct.
If we're having a discussion about how
You
something
feel like it ought to be something that it's not.
yeah,
I
but
don't
that's
feel
the,
it ought to.
that.
So we're at a
that's the
concept of the
discussion,
ought.
though. Wait, are you? The discussion is if there should be, right? Your argument saying this is how it is.
Also, take note that Sarah was saying she's kicking Phi because he's off cam and an icon. Look how many people on the panel right now are off cam and are icons, and so see if that's consistent.
Isn't an argument to how it should be. Do you understand
Whiny
that or no?
bitches. Am I
literally
right?
just told you that. That's exactly what I just explained to you.
So then, why is that your answer?
So why
to that?
ought? Why ought?
I just
You're
explained
arguing
it.
from a change for status from status quo. The
I
status
just
quo.
explained why ought. It ought to be no fault divorce ought to be abolished because marriage should be a lifelong commitment. Yeah.
And so, in order for us to strengthen the marriage or the relationships within a marriage, you propose that we make it harder for people who hate each other to be separated.
Yeah,
think
because
forcing
by
them-
extension, because by extension, it would also limit the people that are just going mindlessly getting married too. So it would keep the actual value of marriage.
So
if people knew they couldn't just get out of it, people wouldn't mindlessly get
reduces
married.
the
It would
value of
actually
marriage.
make sure they want to have that
actually
lifelong
exactly
commitment
undermines the
before they
value of
get
marriage.
married.
It removes people's
can't hear you when
ability
you
to
talk
even
at the
value
same
marriage.
time.
Let him finish, bro. Let him finish.
Sorry, I can't hear you when you talk at the same time as me. So you want to repeat yourself?
I don't even remember that now.
Yeah,
It
so you
depends
just
on
have
what
to-
you-
you can't
yeah.
let
He
it
doesn't
go.
remember
you're
the
just
sentence he
listening
just
to
said.
respond. You're not actually listening to my part of the conversation. That's your problem.
No, that's your problem.
Hey,
No,
speak.
it's actually not. I'm actually fully engaged in the
Hey, speak.
conversation. I knew the topic when I came up. You still don't, apparently.
Speak easy. It gets worse. They don't think the court should even get involved. It should be between the two married people. They should decide on what the
Why
value
don't you
is,
let
and
God
whether there's
decide?
fault. I'm talking to Speakeasy if you don't mind. But anyway,
He-
I know,
so
but it doesn't-
TikTok brain can't listen for more than 30 seconds. He's
I
used
know,
to
he is.
scrolling.
Why
and-
don't
Slow
you
stage
let
brain's
God
broken,
enforce
dude.
this?
Why
He
don't
has
you let
ADD
someone talk
Tourette's.
and then you talk?
So anyway, speak. They're trying to argue no fault to somehow indicate that marriage has no value
Because we're
it's just
here.
a
He's
business.
explaining what we are here.
It's a
and he's
business
explaining
contract
dude,
between
you're like,
two
Let me-
Can you hold it in, Flow State?
Let
Hold
him
it in.
finish,
Hold it.
Sarah. Let him
Your
finish.
brain's
Give
too
me a
hard to
moment. Let
remember
me
things.
address
Write it
the
down,
chat
buddy.
for a moment.
Yeah,
To
yeah. Get
the
your pen and
chat.
pad. Yeah.
Hold on just a second. To the chat, you have 10 seconds to vote on the poll. Either how
Be sure you vote when the icon's off. There's 4 icons, you retarded bitch.
Gentlemen out to vote to bring on Process because he is cammed
Look
up.
at Ghosty camming up real
Ghosty
quick.
was an icon.
you've got-
You just
you've got-
exposed yourself.
Well, no.
Can you read that?
Hold on.
I wrote it down.
Shut up for a minute. No, I left Ghosty on because females.
Can you
are
read that? It says
significantly
suck I
protected over
it.
here.
I know.
Hold
I
on
fucked up.
Gentlemen, shut up for a fucking second here. You have 10 seconds, chat.
Shut up.
9,
What does this look like? An open panel or something?
7,
You bunch of
6,
degenerates.
5, 4.
Also, Furby's not on cam. Just
Fair enough.
technically speaking.
Yeah,
Howdy went
and
ahead
they're
That's
and
not
okay.
saying a bit of an
Furbies always
icon.
get passes. They get to talk over everyone and interrupt,
ladies of the
and
panel,
there's
the
no rules
regulars,
that apply
always
to
have,
them.
but
Right,
if you're in
Sarah?
Avatar mode, that's how I made the determination of who.
It's
to,
like in between, right? The icon and the cam up. It's like kind of like in both states at the same time.
I'm still demanding glasses from Speakeasy and Process. This is unacceptable. We
If
can
you look
have one
closely,
full panel
Fi
you
has
got
glasses
shades, dude.
on,
Just throw
and
on
even the
some
Princess
shades.
doesn't have glasses on.
And
So
big
again,
shout
this
out
bitch
to-
can't be consistent
Oh,
for
wait,
like
I'm
5
sorry, I missed
seconds.
one. I apologize. Wrongful rage coming in with
Make
big
it
5.
shut up.
Oh shit, Furby is back. What is with the banana? Did you miss it after this? What?
Oh, that's
At
just leftovers
least-
from last stream.
Oh goodness. At least Manure isn't here screaming. I don't know. That was kind of fun. I enjoyed putting someone in bitch mode. That was pretty comical. But yes, at least we can have a peaceful, somewhat conversation.
Shut up, Sarah. I want to take a moment to point out that Speakeasy won the glasses competition, hands down. Speakeasy, super awesome job. Full homo, by the way.
Oh,
Just
speak.
Gerald coming in with the big 10 for the panel. Should there be barriers to marriage? If so, what barriers do you recommend? I'm guessing that's to get married.
Process looks like he's had a rough night.
He needs
I was
to
just gonna
glasses.
just bring that one.
How was
Hey,
Vegas? Was Vegas fun?
It was fun. It was fun. Definitely need a couple days to recover. And now I'm in Austin, Texas. So
Barrier with you.
But
They, like, and then yeah, like what Ferb was saying is like I'd be in favor if it's like if you're convicted off TV, then you're on the list so everyone knows exactly who you are.
Fair enough. Speak easy to you.
So I'd agree basically with this, where I'd say prenups were mandatory, right? That would be a mandatory thing. But the whole, like, that's what I was saying earlier about the no fault divorce being abolished, is it would add this barrier, right? Because people would know they couldn't just get out of it.
Fair enough. Ghosty to you.
I don't have an interest in controlling people's lives. So if people want to go ahead and fuck around and marry somebody that they probably shouldn't have, then guess what? The accountability is now they either have to live through a shitty marriage or they have to go through a divorce.
Accountability?
And
What's
honestly,
that?
that's none of my fucking business. So I don't care.
You just said like
Fair.
accountability, but then you're in favor of
Oh, get her teriyaki.
which is against accountability.
I'm saying, I'm saying that we don't have to enforce accountability through the law for people's personal lives that aren't
Or
harming
we should just let
anyone
people
else.
do whatever they want,
So
murder
your
people,
own
whatever.
Or that you fuck up your life.
Oh, you're not listening. Okay, cool.
We
Is
enforce
murdering
accountability on everything. What are you talking about?
is murdering somebody something that has to do with your
When,
personal
Not
life
when
that
it's
doesn't
personal
hurt
speak.
anybody
murder,
else?
that's enforcing accountability.
Oh, good job. Okay, but
Like
that's
when
not
you
something you do
personally
with your own
lie,
personal
cheat,
life
and
that
steal
doesn't
and
hurt
kill,
somebody
you know,
else,
that's like
right? Which is
totally
exactly what
personal.
I said. When you marry somebody,
Okay, so should we let
that's your
people do heroin?
Yes.
Not the same thing. None of
Your
these are-
body, your
That's
choice.
the point of.
Do you know what a false equivalency is?
Point of, like,
You know what a false
analogies are?
you know what a false equivalency is? 'Cause you're really good at
It's
them.
when retarded
What is
Furbies
false
interrupt
equivalency?
panels
move
and
on to
have no idea what they're
process so we
talking
can just
about and
get
just
through
start
it.
Hold on,
spewing
I
random
want-
does
words.
hurt people, by the way.
I want Ghosty to finish her
Not
thought
if-
on it.
What do you mean?
I think it's pretty clear there's different risk factors with heroin and getting into a marriage. I think those are
benefit easiest.
Comparedness to the people.
more offhand normal bound. The government may
If you sign, probably
Don't pay matter. A lot of the through the trees of that wedding life. This means that we agree and know that I really believe in
This shit's boring.
fault. It's
Thought.
just a poor boy.
Happen.
I'm done.
Wait, anything. There's a reason frontal lobes to picture as a whole and individually. So I would not put anything.
Still here? Oh,
Fair enough. I-Fi.
still here?
Holy shit! Did she actually allow me to speak? I need to frame this and put this on my wall. This is such a magical moment. Thank you.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no, she tried to boot me off, but you can't defeat me.
Howdy, I was trying to boot I-Fi, but Howdy just chose to leave.
By the way, did you hear her just admit it? She was trying to boot me. She just doesn't have the balls to do it. So she tried to pretend like it was a contest for chat to vote on. So once again, grifting whores. You can't trust a single word that comes out of their mouths.
I was like, damn it, I was so close.
He was being so quiet over there.
She was
The guy
even
who
rigging
here
the
was
votes.
nice.
She was like doubling the votes for me, and they still wouldn't kick me off. Eat it. So, anyways, if there were good and intelligent people, I would say, age of accountability, free will, and hopefully biologically adult. But since the world's full of evil retards, I would say something more like a Ninja Warrior course and maybe like an IQ test or something like that, you know.
Ninja Warrior could be fun.
And then Ghosty left, but I was gonna give her an example. If she could name 3 Pink Floyd songs, then I won't divorce her. Go.
Dude, every time I'm on a fucking panel, I listen to rock music. I'm so sick of this sexist bullshit, dude.
What am I missing?
Hey you,
Oh, we're just another
learning to
brick
fly.
in the wall.
That's
Okay,
Tom
that's
Petty.
2.
Isn't that Tom
And
Petty?
dark or fucking no.
Dark Side of the Moon's
Dark
an
Side of the
album,
Moon.
sweetheart.
I know. I wasn't gonna say that because I'm trying to say Pink Floyd isn't like one of my favorite bands.
Wish you were here.
3, Ghosty.
Hold on,
3.
I'm trying to name. I know
Beyond
it's gonna be my favorite one.
swimming in a
It's that really long
year after
one.
year.
I can name Money, but
No, that's a radio. Everybody knows. Something that only.
I know. I'm
fans-
trying to name that really long
You
one
didn't
where it's like
specify-
just.
You didn't say
Oh my God.
B-sides.
What is that?
Okay,
really?
I want
You
a
know
no
that
fault
really-
divorce,
Money.
Ghosty. Too late.
You know that
I want
really
a no fault
long-
divorce.
Shut the fuck up. You know that
Learning
really
to
long
fly
name
is
that has like
complicated.
5 parts. Oh my God, what is it? That's my favorite one.
Well, while you're thinking about that, Carney's Ride comes in with a big 2. It says, what's with all the shades from everyone? Everybody's wearing sunglasses. I couldn't be more proud of all of the compliance from all of you.
It's
It's
none of
beautiful.
your fucking business. That's
Ridge
what it
showed
is.
up with glasses. Flo State went and put on a welding helmet. Teriyaki conveniently put his on along with me to join the crew. Speakeasy joined and threw his on. Melanie, of course, did hers as well to be compliant. Ghosty showed up. Not only did she cam up because I made the threat of avatars getting booted, which she was in the safety, but she immediately threw her sunglasses on as well. And
Notice that Furby is an avatar and she has no problem with that. Funny that, Sarah. Why don't Furbies have to obey the rules?
Fawn and Princess decided to join the crew. Don't forget iFi's
I
little.
don't know how it
skull
started, but for
slug-looking
some
thing.
reason, when
I don't
Flo
even
and I
have
are on
hands,
panel
and I
together, the
found
glasses
shades.
have to come out.
It's Shine On You Crazy Diamond. That's the one I'm thinking of.
That's good enough. Okay, we're still married for now, but just
I was
barely.
wearing these beforehand.
You look like Tom Cruise from Risky Business. You should be like sliding across the floor in your underwear and socks.
Just
right
take
now.
those old records
Our
off
pants
the
are going off.
shelf.
Okay, you asked for it.
You got another moolah.
He looks like a
Bingo.
hungover soccer dad or something.
He does. He looks so.
He looks
rough.
like he's had a rough night. I mean, rough.
I'll read it, Finkel. The prophet Steve Martin saith, to break up, you say, I break with thee 3 times, and put doggy poop on her shoe.
What?
So, anyways, back to the
That's
topic.
your super chat. That's your
Well,
super
let me
chat,
let
Sarah.
me. Oh, thank you. Finkel
just
coming
read-
in. I think he would much prefer it if I read it. iFi.
Okay.
She's so fucking
Lotion
dumb.
on your hands.
It puts
Or
the
else
lotion.
it gets the hose again.
I don't have it downstairs right now. I actually took it upstairs the other day. Finkel coming in with a big 20. The prophet Steve Martin saith, to break up, you'll say, I break up with thee 3 times, and put doggy poo-poo on her shoe. Yes, and for that, Finkel, I think you deserve one of these just for shits and giggles.
Sponsor.
Everybody say thank you, Finkel. You got the horse.
He's a figure who are just as happen and idealistically.
For
I think 18.
I also blame Flow State.
Well, he said
you got to keep those to yourself, man. They don't make much sense.
Nobody's trying to force kids to get married or trying to cultivate.
I didn't realize that you triggered anyone that bad, Flow State.
Me?
Again.
Yeah.
Oh, I trigger lots of people.
He triggers
He's
me as soon
inspired
as he
me
gets
to
on
come up with
panel.
another great barrier, waiting until their prefrontal cortex is actually developed.
But Flow State,
Again,
what's worth, you don't trigger
Flow
me as
State.
much as Furby.
But you
Much
want kids
respect,
to be
bro.
able to transition.
Because that's different.
Oh boy.
Again, Keezy, you're really smart.
Kids
You're really
transition doesn't want adults to get married.
I want to hear that debate. See, if we were on a actually quality panel, we could have gotten to a fun discussion there, but zero chance of that happening. Sorry, Speak.
Speakeasy, you sound really smart until someone knows what false
Baffling,
equivalency
yo.
is. And then once people figure out what false, once
You
people
You can cut your
figure out-
dick off, but don't you dare get married.
18-year-olds, you're too young. To
Don't
get
you have a
married.
Discord
12 years
server,
strong.
Speakeasy? You're going to get
Yo,
banned.
You're very
go
strong
girl.
until people realize what a false equivalency is. Then
Shut up. Just
all your
keep
arguments are
it
just false
sense. Bring
equivalencies,
an argument that
dude.
makes sense for once.
have one argument, please, that isn't just a false equivalency. Just one.
Back on topic. When is the prefrontal cortex actually does it close? Is it like 20? Melanie, or
Like a swear.
Glasses crew now. That's what they keep. That's what they've been.
Of this.
I want to be called the
oh, we're
congregation.
putting all the donuts? Got it. Yeah, great idea, Sarah.
Oh yeah, we're splitting them. Yeah, be better.
Yeah, that's all.
Help a brother out. So, I asked Grid to help me out earlier, but I think he's stumped. Can you make sense for me why the religious people would be arguing for no fault, but the secular agnostic is arguing for
Why do you want to
fault?
play this semantic game, Sci-Fi?
Is your name Speakeasy retard?
Wow, Flo
Shut up.
really can't let people talk. Bro, relax, bro. It's okay,
I
buddy.
have
Let
listened to
someone
him
at
ask
least
this
finish.
stupid question.
At least someone,
5
let
times.
him finish. Poor guy. Come on.
So
You know how he does with the questions.
So can you make that make sense for
No, we don't know how he does with the questions, Flo. Are we not allowed to ask questions on a philosophical discussion panel? Or, oh, sorry, you're right. Sarah would probably tell me to shut up at this point and try to vote me off. So you actually make a good point, Flow State. No one here is here to learn or talk about anything. They're just here to shut down the opposing view that leans in the right-wing direction. So clearly this is just a left-wing propaganda channel. That's all it really is. I mean, let's be honest.
me? Because I'm totally
Well,
confused, dude.
So you said, why are religious people arguing against no fault?
No, they're arguing for no fault. And the non-religious person was arguing for fault. Do you see how we're in bizarro world now? Everything's opposite. It's like
I didn't
up or
argue
down.
for
It's
no
called
fault.
reasonability. Finkel coming in with the Big Ten. If this is the shady bunch,
Exactly.
By the way, if you look at Speakeasy's face, you'll understand I was making exactly the same face because I had no clue why this bizarro panel thinks they can even approach logic when it's like the opposite of logic. But anyways, unfortunately, he wasn't ready to get a recap of the panel because he probably thought I was like confused or something, but I was just telling him what was going on before he showed up, and he was like trying to process it. He was like, wait a minute, that makes no sense whatsoever. Until, yeah, I get it, Speak. I was just trying to illustrate how retarded this entire panel is, except for Teriyaki. But anyways, unfortunately, you walked right into this clusterfuck of an insane asylum. So good luck trying to continue on for the next couple of hours or so.
Speakeasy must be Alice.
Wait, is that even true? Because Speakeasy's talking about the religious context. I think like me, Ghosty, and Melanie are giving. I think we're on atheist. We're talking about we want no fault divorce. It sounds like
He was speaking earlier.
You missed the earlier panel process.
Teriak
He's
and I,
speaking of
because-
me because he asked me if I was religious, thinking that I would back him, but I don't. The
This
whole
is
no
why-
fault thing is garbage to me.
See?
I think it
That's
needs
why
to be.
I'm so confused. Speaking.
This is why you
Make
needed
it make
interruption.
sense.
You were asking a question, so
So even though I was originally talking about Sarah and Teriyaki, Grid 1 did make a good point that another religious person also doesn't understand logic. And so all the new people that joined the panel were completely confused because they had no idea what I was talking about. But I was trying to catch Speakeasy up. Unfortunately, it was so fucking retarded. He was probably like trying to process what I was saying. And so I'll try to clear it up for you on the next time we have a chat. But I think if you go back and play the whole video, you'll see it just doesn't make sense from the beginning. And it's just a bunch of slow state, and then, like I said, I was so confused because I actually thought Teriyaki was making fairly decent arguments because I thought he was basically being more religious than Sarah, which, isn't that hard. But, I thought that's what was going on. So I was like, yeah, that's easy to outcompete her in the religion realm. But then when I got on panel, I was like, wait a minute, he's arguing it from like a secular point of view. That doesn't make any sense at all. And so I think Teriyaki is one of those people who, even though his foundation is based in like, agnostic, secular type ideals, he also craves a more, quality society that can only be provided by religious people. And the religious people he talks to are fucking idiots. And so that's probably the problem he has, is finding inequality in any of these discussions. And I don't blame him either. I mean, just look at the religious people on panel and what fucking airheads they are. So, no fault to you, Teriyaki. Again, sometimes you just have to work with what you got. And so, unfortunately, I'm not ever allowed to speak. So I won't be explaining anything on shitheads, D tier list grifter channels. So if you want to talk to me on a more quality level, you can find my channel and hit me up, and we'll do a video or something. That's fine. But I'm also kind of burned out on a lot of these topics, so I may do like just a normie show with like a typical left winger or something like that, just to kind of compare and contrast views in a more clear and coherent way, rather than this clusterfuck of a panel that doesn't help anyone at all. And again, apologies, Speakeasy. I know you're smart enough to understand all this shit. It's just, it takes too long to process like how many retards are on panel, and they're all like arguing with themselves and stuff like that, and you're like trying to figure out who you're arguing against. And I had that problem earlier. I kept asking clarification questions, which of course pisses off Slow State because he doesn't want to actually clarify any of the discussion. He just likes to troll the shit out of everyone. Which, to be fair, Speak, he does troll you coming up, which I don't think I'm going to even play because it was kind of sad. But anyways, just try to remember, dude, Flow State's just a fucking troll, dude. So, like, don't get too upset when he talks, because if like, a simple little troll like him can, like, set you off, that kind of speaks to how, open you are to such attacks. And so, just that's all I'm going to say about that. But anyways, yeah, I agree. He's retarded. So moving on.
Somebody who did not know what you were referencing.
Make it make sense, Speakeasy. Help a brother out.
Well,
please.
I would have to hear. I didn't get to hear Grid's reasoning. I'm sure Grid gave his reasoning to this.
Go ahead, bro.
It's pretty simple. I believe that no fault. Well, first of all, I don't see why secular people get married at all, because
Wow.
it's a covenant before God and blah blah blah. I got a whole speech about that. Don't need to go into it. But if they choose to get married, in a courthouse, then it's a contract and it can be broken like any other contract. So at that point, as a religious person, I don't care because I'm not going to hell. You are. That's the easiest way.
Your religious beliefs don't do anything.
That's not the argument.
Or prevent it from being.
Hold on.
It's not saying you can't break it. It's saying you can't break it without
I'm trying to condense.
It's very
that
vindictive. By the way, that's incredibly vindictive to be like, well, you're going to go to hell anyways.
Well, I'm sorry that you are going to hell, but you are.
I mean, from a religious aspect, like I will say that, like
you're going to waste your life on God.
Well, hold on. The Catholics
and you're going to live without him.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, because he doesn't exist.
I have one rule.
You'll learn all about.
She has one rule: to interrupt the panel when they're talking. So don't talk, open panel. Stop talking, open panel. One rule.
Are you not listening?
Sorry.
I have one rule.
Well, you don't
I
listen,
don't speak
so
much, but when I
who
do,
gives
you
a
shut
fuck?
the fuck up. Like in the Catholic world, your marriage is not an actual marriage under God if it's not done through the proper ceremonial procedures and all of these different
Once
things.
again, now
So,
she's
yeah,
a fan
it
of
would be
religion when
fair
it
for
suits
a person
her.
in a religious
Convenient.
aspect to say you're going to hell because you're technically living in sin your entire marriage if you're not doing it underneath that ceremony and based on the Catholic procedure. So it would be fair to say that. Now, would that apply to you?
But
Well,
no
if you
fault
don't
divorce
believe
totally
in
lines up with the
God and you
religious
don't
view.
believe
We
in the
got it.
Bible or
We got it.
in
Yeah, that makes
Catholicism at
perfect
its
sense.
finest, then it wouldn't matter, right? I could.
Your views that I must force.
Shut up,
everyone to
Sarah.
believe the way that I believe, which is why generally, and as I told Teriak and I told IFI, I generically do not argue this from a religious. Matter of fact, I never argue this from a religious point of view because of that very reason.
Entertaining ain't easy.
I will argue that no fault is stupid. If you want to have non-contested, I agree with that. But one person just should not be able to just say, I want out and just go. Right?
Do you think?
And pardon me. Let me rephrase. That's not exactly what I mean. One person should not be able to.
By the way, notice Furby's just making noises over someone else while they're talking, and Sarah has no problem with that. She doesn't have rules for certain people. It's just the right-wing people she has rules for. Convenient. You're going to get along just fine here on YouTube, Sarah. You have a bright future.
Sorry, are you being rude, you dumb little...
Hold on, Mel. Be nice.
This guy doesn't know how to land a plane. This guy does.
Oh, Mel, you're so cute. Oh, just keep talking over him. That's fine.
Not know how to land a plane.
Fucking brains. They can't
Furby
remember.
gets to talk
Grid,
over
if you
people,
can't
Grid
put it
one.
into 30 seconds, they won't remember
it's
it.
cool, man.
I'm
It's
writing
cool.
a book on
I gotta
it. It's
jump
good
anyway
enough.
here in just a
You're
minute.
all
So
fucking
get this
retarded.
strange
TikTok
up, but he
brain.
doesn't
30
know.
seconds. You can't go past it. Just shut up and listen to someone for once. Holy fuck.
Can you clarify what part you said and then tried to rephrase? Like, you don't think one person's favorite belief?
What I was trying to rephrase is that I don't think that you should just be able to wake up one morning, say, "Hey, I want to get a divorce."
By the way, I know y'all think I'm like picking on someone in particular, but it's kind of weird that it's obvious how much she's grifting certain members of the audience, you know, for their DEI qualities. And, you know, some people might find that kind of offensive, you know, because like exploiting them just, you know, for like clicks and views and, you know, maybe a couple more dollars. You know, that's kind of gross, you know, like if you're going to pretend to be like an open and honest and fair and balanced kind of, you know, host, you should probably put a little more effort into it, because when you're just blatantly, obviously shilling for like the DEI and the left-wing woke crowds and stuff like that, you're probably going to get, you know, a little bit of anger on your panels, because occasionally, you know, some faux right-wing people show up and they're all about the manosphere and the red pill and stuff like that. And I know how you exploit them as well too. And bravo, Sarah, on that, on exploiting both sides of the equation, because, you know, if you can exploit the red pillars and the blue pillars at the same time, that is a very lucrative business. So, you know, no shade there. But again, when you're doing it live on panel, just try not to give yourself away too much, because if one of these retards evolves a brain cell, they might figure it out, and then the gig is up. So anyways, as you were, carry on.
Divorce, go down to the courthouse, get a divorce, not have to give a reason, not have to say anything, nothing like that. Just walk out of the marriage, and the other person has no recourse, and they just have to take it and accept it. I don't believe in that. Now, that's just my personal opinion. Now, uncontested, where you both go, hey, I don't like her, she don't like me, we're splits, we're done. I get that. That's totally cool. But if you are going to have no fault divorce, that means no fault means no money and this dude's wallet
as well.
Again, sorry that I brought Grid one into the conversation. That was by accident. I was just trying to make a point about something he said earlier, but sorry you had to go through all that.
No, but I think that's going on. It has to be
just have
uncontested.
Love you.
Why? Someone bad, right? People go.
Yeah, dude, I fucking know that
right?
shit. I'm talking about you
So then,
literally
yeah,
fall out of love.
sometimes you can feel like you're out of love because
Okay,
of
I
the
know
lust
you like
that
to
you're
use
going
these
through, but if you actually just made it through that shit, you'd come.
Those are called air quotes, by the way, just FYI.
Through stronger, right? You
How
can
did
do
you
all
and
this
your
little
wife get it?
condescending shit,
What
but
if
maybe
you go
like
through that shit? What if you
educate
go through
yourself
that shit
instead of
and you
thinking
don't
you
love
know
that
everything,
person
right?
anymore?
Yeah, but here's this man, but Ghosty.
and
Ghosty,
look,
why?
nobody likes the truth, man. You can't hear fucking something for any time.
And we get to the crux of the problem, Speak. So you're bringing way too much truth to the panel, and that's where you done goofed. So read the room, dude. So you've got like one, maybe two people, if you're lucky, that actually want to hear the truth on this panel. And they tried, but they're constantly getting shut down by the host and all of her little left-wing goons and stuff. And so I think you've done this long enough, Speakeasy, where you've already realized the problem, and now that you said it out loud, this is probably where it's just going to start spiraling out of control. So in the future, read the room, dude. Some people don't want to hear the truth. Speak. Did you ever consider that?
Sometimes people don't magically fall back into love either.
Let me ask the question. Why do you get married, Speakeasy?
He doesn't.
Why would you
to commit your life?
You still your American? Oh, why did you answer my question? Anyways, I think we've spent enough time on this joke of a panel. So, anyways, shout out to Speakeasy, Teriyaki. I think there's hope for your future. You're kind of heading in the right direction. Going over to the Crucible Gang cult probably isn't going to help you out a lot, but who knows? Maybe you can learn by what not to do from them. So, anyways, peace out, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my 100K sub-a-thon. Remember, guys, once we reach 100K subs, I will totally devote some quality time to going on these shitty D-tier grifter channels, and give them a little clout, little love. Maybe send them a couple of super chats and prove that my audience isn't just a bunch of Kool-Aid drinking cultists, because they will send money on command, and so that totally will be a fun exchange to have. So 100K subs, guys, that's what we got to reach before I'll take any of this shit serious. So tell your friends, tell your family, vote for Emperor Phi. Long live Conservataria.